Let me start this video by saying Jalen Hurts was fantastic yesterday. He was fantastic, and he deserves to start the rest of the year. No question about it. That said, when it comes to the backup quarterback, when it comes to Carson Wentz, the fan base is split. Half the people believe Carson Wentz failed the Eagles. He failed his team with his bad play. Others, they believe that Carson Wentz was left out to dry, that the Eagles let him down. They betrayed him. I think at this juncture, it is important to blame the guy most directly responsible for all these problems, Nate Gary.
Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So today we have come with the hell is that? It's a big ass dog. Dallas still stinks.
Everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. We are a few days away from Christmas. A few days away from the arrival of the fat man. The fat man's gonna come, he's gonna eat your cookies, drink your eggnog, and leave gifts. Now, I'm not talking about this fat man, I'm talking about the big guy, the fat man, okay? If it was me, I would come and I would eat your cookies, drink your eggnog, and then get the hell out of there. Him, he's a lot better dude, so he's gonna leave you guys presents. It's gonna be exciting. My favorite time of the year, my favorite week of the year is the week of Christmas. I love it, and I'm gonna have a great week, Despite the Eagles losing yesterday, it's going to be a great weekend. I got to tell you, I was very, very impressed with what I saw by the Eagles yesterday. Especially young guys like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was really good. He was really good in his second start, and I'm impressed. I can't wait to see more. He definitely has to be the starter the rest of the year. Why Doug would act like he's got to think about it is beyond me. But Jalen Hurts was fantastic, and as you know, as good as he was, and as happy as I was with his performance, I gotta tell you, I was really, really disappointed in the reports that came out yesterday about Carson Wentz. Now, if they're true, we don't know. I was disappointed. Carson saying that if Hurts is going to be the starter next year, he wants to be traded. And, you know, we'll get into that in a second. But before I do that, and this video gets any longer, I want to say, I want to give a huge shout out to Professor Pigskin. Professor Pigskin won the 30 Fazoos in the in my Flick Chat Sports Pick'em. You are the winner, my man. Shout out to you. You need to get in contact with me. You can DM me on Twitter at YoPhilly500, or you can email me, YoPhilly500@yahoo.com, and we'll make arrangements. But shout out to you. And if you haven't, click the link in the description. Join my Flick Chat. It's free to join and enter the contest. This is a big game this week. We got the Cowboys. So you definitely want to win the prize. You definitely want to enter. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. But shout out Professor Pigskin on winning. You deserved it, man. You did a great job. Now, as we were saying, you know, it is the week of Christmas, which also means on the third day of Christmas, YouTube said to me, 3-hour naps, 2 dolphins banked, and Mahomes number 4 free. So it's a week of Christmas. Eagles have a tough loss. And, you know, we're going to get into the Jalen Hurts play and the game in a second. But I do got to touch on this Carson Wentz thing, because this fan base is split. And it's not even a split about Jalen Hurts versus Carson Wentz. The split that is really, you know, erupting and people are really debating is who failed who? Who failed who? Some people believe that Carson Wentz failed the Eagles, failed the team with his bad play. They believe that he shot and it's on him. Others believe that the organization let him down, that the organization betrayed him, that the coach didn't do a good job, and that it's on them. And it's a very interesting question. And then you have Carson Wentz. We have reports that he says he feels betrayed. We have reports now saying that he doesn't want to be the backup to Jalen Hurts, and if he's not going to start, he wants out. And here's the thing. I think if we really look at this, and I am a Carson Wentz guy. I've always been since we drafted. I He was my favorite player coming to the league. I really thought he was going to have a great year because I really thought he had a great year at the end of the last year. And I know some people don't, but we'll talk about that in a second. Here's the thing. Carson Wentz, he has it in him. I believe he has the talent to be an MVP type player. I think he could be an elite player. Okay, I think that's in there. I think he has it. And here's the truth. Carson is to blame for a lot of this stuff. He is to blame. Doug Peterson is also to blame for a lot of this stuff. The Eagles organization is to blame, and the front office is to blame for their failure of not putting players around Carson Wentz. Not good players. And we can go back to 2018, okay? Because here's what the Eagles did, right? And look, I know some people are going right now, they're going, dude, but you didn't say anything about Doug or the front office. You said it was Nate Gary's fault. Nate Gary's fault in your intro. Dude, you understand what a joke is? I mean, you really can't take that serious. If you're taking it serious, take your shoes off, go pour yourself a glass of eggnog, chill out, and no, don't take everything so serious. Why so serious? Because it's eggnog time, yo. Don't take it so serious. I was joking about Nate Gary. Oh, half joking, partly joking, maybe a little bit. He stinks. Nate Gary's never had the makings of a varsity athlete. But here's the thing. All three of the things that I said, the front office, the coach, and Carson Wentz himself are all part of this. They're all part of this problem. In 2017, Carson's second year, the Eagles said, we're going to take advantage of a quarterback rookie deal, and we're going to go out and we're basically going to try to go all in and win in the next few years. We're going to try it because we don't have to pay the quarterback a lot of money. And they did it, and they hit. They hit, right? They hit the jackpot. They won in 2017. The mistake came when you needed to kind of start clearing that roster, rebuilding it, add young guys to your young quarterback, and build around him for many years to come. Instead, they re-signed older guys. They rewarded guys who were getting older, who were injured. Guys that maybe not the same player as they were even a year ago, like Alshon Jeffrey. This was a big problem. They started pushing contracts back. And all of a sudden, you ended up with a Carson Wentz that had absolutely no weapons. He absolutely had nothing. And then every chance that they had, especially in the draft to get somebody, they didn't. They got the wrong guy. They passed up on him. Okay? The Eagles in 2018 started to fail him because they should have started to turn this roster over, provided him with younger guys that he could work with. Okay? So I think that is true. If you look at last year, right, because some people say, well, he's not the same since 2017. 2018, he comes back from injury. He came back too quick. He gets hurt again. But in 2019, I'm sorry. Last 5 games of the year, he was great. The guy finishes with 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, over 4,000 yards. And I can literally count 6 or 7 other touchdowns that were just flat out dropped with nobody. Wide open drops. Guy could have easily had over 30 touchdowns. Easily. Okay? He can only throw the ball. If a guy drops it, it can't be on him. That's the same thing I said yesterday when Goddard dropped Hurts' pass. But you go from that to what he become this year. And the Eagles, somewhere inside, there's got to be something that I'm missing, that we're missing, that we don't know. Because I don't think that Jalen Hurts' pick was just because they missed out Russell Wilson. There had to be somewhere in the Eagles' brains they don't trust Carson Wentz. Okay, and I think it had to do with injuries. That's why they told him to get fat or bulk up. But I've never seen where a franchise quarterback has one really bad year and then you're done with him. You just want to get rid of him. You're done. Clean house. I mean, quarterbacks have bad years. Peyton Manning had 23 interceptions one year. They didn't give up on him. So I don't understand it. I don't get it. Okay? And then when you look at the coach, Doug has been trying to make Carson Wentz something he's not since 2018. Really. He's trying to make Carson do things that don't work for Carson. Carson is better at throwing on the run, rolling out, moving around. But they want him to be a pocket passer, sit there, take shots, get a little bigger, all those kind of things. Doug has failed him. The Eagles organization has failed him. But most of all, I think Carson Wentz has failed himself. He's failed himself because what we're starting to hear, and if these are true, and I gotta say, there's gotta be some truth to it. He's very hard to coach. He doesn't want to work on mechanics. He doesn't see the flaws that he has. And he doesn't even understand why he's benched now. It doesn't even seem like it's humbling him. Because if the reports are true that he wants out if he's not the starter next year, to me, I got to tell you, that really shatters the idea of what I thought this guy was. Because, and I don't know that these reports are real, but to me, what I want from a franchise quarterback, what I want from a guy, and what I think a guy should do, and what I think would win over your teammates is a guy that says, hey, you know what, I had a bad year, but I want to come back and I want to prove to the organization, to the coaches, to the team, to even the fans that I am the quarterback for this team. I am ready to fight. I am going to fight Jalen Hurts. He's a great player, great guy, but I'm going to fight for my job and I'm going to win and I'm going to prove it. That's the attitude I want from my franchise quarterback, from the leader of my team. If those reports are real, and we got to emphasize, we don't know, okay? There's denials coming out now saying that's not true, but of course you're going to have denials, so it's really hard to know. But if that's the case, and Carson's really taking attitude, what he's saying is, and how I interpret what he's saying is I don't want to fight, I want it handed to me. I deserve it. I think I should have it because I'm Carson Wentz. That means he doesn't even realize how bad he's playing. He's not even taking any responsibility for it. And you got to. You have to take responsibility for it. And I don't think that kind of attitude is. I don't know. Maybe Carson, he was, the star athlete in high school and in college, and it was always just given to him. He doesn't know how to fight for it. I can tell you what, Jalen Hurts is ready to fight for it. If you look at what he's gone through in his college, he's a fighter. He's going to fight for that starting job. And that will win your teammates over. That will win your fan base over. Because I want a guy that fights. And I think Carson Wentz could be an elite player. I think he'd be an elite player. But mentally, he's got to get his head right. He's got to humble himself. He's got to look at himself in the mirror. And he's got to go out and prove it and earn it. Earn it, man. Earn it. It's very easy when things are going good for people to say the right things and do the right things. It's that adversity. It's when problems come, how you handle and how you respond to it that shows us your character. And that's the truth. And look, I will say this. I don't know if the reports are true or not. But if they are, it really rubs me the wrong way. It rubs me the wrong way to the point where I feel like if that's the truth and that's his attitude, then there's a lot of stuff going on. I could say the front office didn't do this, the coaching staff didn't do that, but maybe he's impossible to work with. Maybe he is. Maybe he doesn't care about his mechanics. Maybe he doesn't want to be coached. All those things that we heard Doug Peterson said in 2017, talking to Gruden, the Redskins coach at the time. Maybe all those things about Carson, the perfect quarterback, does all the things if we don't screw up. Maybe it's not true. Maybe Carson Wentz, maybe his attitude is turning teammates off. Maybe it's turning the coaching staff. Maybe it's to the point where the front office was looking at Jalen Hurts and saying, we just don't trust this guy. It's possible because that report really changed my perspective of what he is. Now I'm wondering, I'm not judging him and I'm not saying it's true. I'm just looking at it like from different eyes going, okay, well, maybe I should look at it from this angle because why would he say something like that? I think it's very weird. I don't think it's very weird. I think it's very, what can I say? It's very spoiled. It's very spoiled. I want a fighter. I want it, even if he wants to get traded, even just say, if I'm here, I'm going to fight for it, and I can't wait to go and fight for it. Now, we're going to see, and we're going to find out if it's true or not. I'm not placing judgment. I'm just saying, if it's true, then the biggest problem is Carson Wentz because of his attitude. And it would explain a lot of things. Now, I hope it's not true. I still think Carson could be great, and I'm not one of those guys that want him to go somewhere and win 2 Super Bowls. I don't want it. It would make me sick. I like Carson Wentz. I do. I like him, but I don't like that report. That report bothers me. And as far as Jalen Hurts goes, he delivered. He was clutch yesterday. The only reason we didn't tie that game up is because Goddard dropped that ball 3rd and 21. Now, I love Goddard. He's my future tight end. But Jalen Hurts showed me something yesterday. He showed me something. We got to see more of him. And I hope for Carson Wentz's sake, because I'm still rooting for the guy. I still like Carson Wentz. I still love him. I just don't like that attitude. I don't like it. I got to be honest. So hopefully Carson, hopefully he didn't say it. Hopefully at some point he comes out and says, hey, look, I'm ready to fight for this starting job. I'm ready to go give it my all. Because I do think if for some reason you keep both guys, which I think is still likely to a certain point, although it's sounding more and more like he's going to part ways. But if he's there, let them both compete and let the best man win. Nobody should be afraid of competition. It makes both guys better, in my opinion. So we're going to see what happens. But that report definitely bothered me as Jalen Hurts totally impressed me, Totally impressed me. Now, as part of this video, I got to say, I got a lot of problem with you peoples. And you peoples I'm talking about are those who walk around outside barefoot. Barefoot. Feet are disgusting. They're disgusting. They're nothing really, let's be honest. Feet are nothing more than deformed hands. Okay? They're deformed hands. They are a tool for the human body. So you can walk around and stuff like that. Back in the prehistoric days, based upon your feet, I believe, you would get your job title. You would have a job, right? Because there's all these different types of weird looking feet, right? You get the feet where the toes are all curled down like this. It's all disgusting and crunched on each other, right? If you had feet like that back in the day, you were a dirt digger. You would dig dirt, dig things up, bury things. That would be your job because that's what your feet could do. If you had feet that were all spread out, you were made to climb trees. You would climb trees, gather fruit, things like that. And that would be your job. And if you had evolution toe, you had evolution toe where the middle toe is bigger than all the other toes, you were made for balance. You have balance. You're supposed to go on that ledge. You got to gather that fruit. You need that little extra half inch of middle disgusting toe so you don't fall off the cliff. And then you would pick stuff. That's what evolution toe was. So I could look at somebody's feet as disgusting they are. I know what job to give them. But today, in today's world, we have shoes. We have socks. And really, we should all have hooves. I would rather if humankind had hooves instead of feet. That's how disgusting they are. And some people, they don't care about shoes or socks or anything. They just like to walk around barefoot. They go outside, they're walking, poop, piss everywhere. They get all dirty, all black and brown and dirt all over. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and I see it all the time. It grosses me the hell out. Okay, and you can tell when somebody walks around barefoot outside. You know why? Because people who walk around barefoot a lot, as they get older, their feet thin out. It gets thinner. It's like a brake pad, and it keeps wearing out. And eventually your feet look like just a bone wrapped in skin. That's what it looks like. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Me, my feet are beautiful. I hate feet, but look, I have huge brake pads. I got big padding on my feet, on my toes still, on my sole, all over. It's nice, patty, squishy, because I don't wear my feet out. I cover them the hell up. Okay, and then, you get people and they walk around barefoot and stuff like that, and they're outside and it's all dirty. Then you're sitting on the couch, and you're on the couch and you're sitting there, and they come and they sit next to you, right? And especially if it's a girl, and they come and they sit next to you, and then they fold their legs, and they've got their legs all folded, and they have flip-flops on, which you can tell that they, with flip-flops are a whole nother thing, because these people, they have flip-flops, yet they walk around barefoot. And then the flip-flop gets all brown and black inside the flip-flop because their feet are disgusting. And then they come sit next to you on the couch, and they fold their legs, and their flip-flop is on the floor, and the foot is just sitting there swaying like this. And it's swaying like this, and you can just see it, and it's just near you, and it's like, Do not touch me with that disgusting foot. And you can see all the dirt underneath and it's just swaying like this. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Get your stinking feet away from me, woman! I hate it. It's disgusting. So I don't know why anybody would walk around barefoot outside. This isn't prehistoric times. We don't need dirt diggers and tree climbers and ledge swingers. We don't. We need clean feet with a lot of padding underneath. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say on this day of Festivus. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.